Hello everyone, this is Noseman, also known as Athanasios Pouzantzis, or Thanasis for short. And don't forget, Noseman knows. So today we're going to talk about buckets, or yogurt containers, or any kind of container that has a label. That's very important, otherwise we wouldn't have a topic for today's video, and that the top and bottom have a different diameter. Now, why do we need a special method? Because we all know for something like this that doesn't have such a big difference between the top and the bottom, we can always get away with a simple cylindrical projection. But here's the catch. The bigger the difference between the top and the bottom, the more distortion we're going to have. And if we want to create something that is correct, then we need to follow certain rules. So imagine a client comes to you with something like this, and they give you the dimensions, the diameter of the top or the bottom, and the height, and they want you to produce the actual template for a paper label to wrap around. Now, you won't be able to get away with a simple cylindrical projection if they want to make a physical label out of it, because they're designing a new product and a new label. So what we need to do is create the label shape out of the model. And I'm going to show you how to do that by doing some UV unwrapping, very simple UV unwrapping for that matter. Now, the result would actually not be a rectangle which will wrap around. No, it's actually going to be an arc on the top and a smaller arc on the bottom with slanted edges, which if you cut it out of paper and you wrap it around, you're going to get some sort of shape like this. And actually, we're going to get the accurate shape. Anyway, so without further ado, let's proceed into modeling something like this and then unwrapping it properly. I'm not going to work with any specific dimensions. I'm just going to go here to my primitives and get a cone. Did I say primitives? Yeah, I meant primitives. Anyway, and I'm going to select my cone, get rid of the caps for now. And let's go to the object and the top radius, let's say something like, I'm going to measure this cup with a very accurate instrument, which is basically the palm of my hand, which I know it's 10 centimeters from edge to edge. So I would say it's 8. So let's go here and make this 8. I always multiply everything by 10 so that they are bigger in my scene. So 80, and the bottom radius, if you hear noise, it's because I'm bumping my microphone. I'm not used to this live thing. It's not live, it's recorded, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm going to make the bottom 50, or let's make it 60. So we have this tapering, and let's make the height 100. So there you go. We have our little yogurt container. I've exaggerated the edges so that I can show the final effect. So let's turn on my gauge shading lines, and let's make sure that my height segments are whatever they are. I don't really care. It works either way. So I'm happy with this, and I'm going to press C on my keyboard to make it editable. And now it's time to unwrap this. Now, first of all, just to make it slightly more difficult, I'm going to go to my polygon mode, right click here and close polygon hole, because I want to have the bottom as well. I'm just going to show you how to do that, although we don't need it for this tutorial, but anyway. So great. And here's my container, and let me unwrap it. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, disconnect the bottom. I just created it at UV edit mode, and you can see already we have this very nice and neat unwrap, but it's a rectangle, and this is not going to work for the purpose of creating our label. So what I'm going to do is go and select the bottom polygon, this one here, and simply go to the move tool and just move it. Now what I'm going to do is just move it one tile to the left, and I'm going to go to the coordinates and say, okay, I'm going to put this minus 0.5. Okay, this is new in R19. Fantastic. You could use the transform if you are in any previous version and move it by -1, because the units here are basically in tiles. So 1, 2, 3, and so forth. Anyway, and the next thing I'm going to do is hide it. So go to select, and in R19 these menus have changed name. So let's go here and hide selected. Good. Then I'm going to go to my edge mode. And what I'm going to do, go to the back and just double click on that vertical edge. So I've got all these edges selected. That's where I want the cut. You should put the cut where it's at least visible. Sometimes you're going to put it on the side, sometimes you're going to put it on the back. But anyway, it won't make a difference because this is a symmetrical object all the way around, which means that then you can just put the label wherever you want. Excellent. The next thing I'm going to do is go to my front view over here and select some points. Undo, I didn't press the right button, so I'm navigating here. Go to the live selection and select at least 2 or 3 points here in the middle. You don't need more than that. Now, here's the catch, I'll call it. It's not a catch. If you are a stickler for accuracy, although normally we will do the following thing. So, points selected, back edge selected, select all UV polygons, so Command A to select everything, and now go down to projection. Let's do a frontal projection to set up our UVs. I'm going to make this a bit bigger. And the next thing I need to do is just relax UV, make sure that the pinpoint selection that will read these points and the cut selected edges which will read these edges is all activated, active and active. Select all your UV polygons and press apply. And there you have it. This is your label. No problem. Now, here's the thing. This is not 100% accurate. And the reason is we're doing our first shot, let's call it the frontal projection. We're actually doing it head on. If you really, really, really want to be accurate, we are not going to view this head on, but we need to view it from the same angle of this slanted edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this view. Actually, I'm going to go to my 3D view. And I'm going to create a camera. So I'm going to go back to my standard and just create a camera. Now I'm going to go to this view here. And what I'd like to do is rotate this camera in such a manner that it's actually just facing this edge here. Now I can eyeball it, which is not going to be a bad thing to do. Eyeballing is one of my favorite hobbies. So I can bring this down here, zoom in, just make sure that my green arrow is aligned to this line here. So that won't be very difficult. You can always get something a bit more accurate, but honestly, this is going to make it nearly 100% perfect. So you can see that I'm pointing my camera so that it's at a 90-degree angle on this side here. Okay, fantastic. And because I did it in the right, that means that in theory, if I select everything now, my edges should be on the back. There you go. So I'm actually looking right here. Now you can see that this camera is ever so slightly off in a couple of axes. Let me select this. It's got 2 degrees off there and 2 degrees off here. I'm going to fix that, make sure it's right in the middle. So, oops, minus 70 or something. We're going to fix that. And the height, we don't really care. What I do care about is viewing from this camera. That is the most important thing. So I'm going to go and view from this camera. So go here and let's forget it. Let's do it manually. You can see that these videos are a bit informal, and that's on purpose so you can enjoy them a bit more. There you go. So this is what I want. I just want to nail down this edge right in the middle, viewed from the correct angle that will give us 0 distortion. So go here and let's do the same thing we did before. So UV edit, go to all the UV polygons, and from this view now do a frontal projection. And now watch this, how it's going to change. Frontal projection, there you go. But relax UV, the same thing, apply. We get the same thing. It's not exactly the same as the previous one, but now we have the perfect dimensions to create our label. And just go to optimal mapping. You can realign this, preserve orientation, and it will fit it in your UV tile. And basically what you can do is take a screen grab of this and use it in Adobe Illustrator to create this, and it's going to be a perfect label. Now try it, tell me if it works. Only positive comments please, because otherwise I get depressed. If you want to get a very good screen grab of this, what you can do is press Control Tab on your screen. You never press Control Tab. What's wrong with me? I can't speak. Never press Control Tab on your screen. Press Control Tab on your keyboard. So what I'm going to do is take this and put it in Illustrator and print it in paper, cut it out and see if it's correct. And after printing it on a piece of paper, here it is. I've made the little cup and it's got all the little polygons on it and so forth. And I think it looks similar to what we've modeled. Well, it should be identical. So yeah, that's just about it. So leave any comments. if you wish, and like the video. And maybe I'm going to make more of these as we go. Just, yeah, stay in touch. Follow me at NosemanGR. 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 One word. At NosemanGR. That's how Twitter works. Just in case you didn't know. Toodaloo.